This is Mo Fire. This is part 2 of chapter 2. Women should be more closer to each other than against each other when it comes to dating. Now, this is chapter 2 of part 2. And when I was saying that I had let V come to my house in Brooklyn to stay in my bed, it wasn't this particular apartment, but this is the same bed, and I have the same bedroom set, which is 1, 2, 3. It's a 5-piece bedroom set, but it cost me a good penny. It's my dream bed, and I had it now today, 15 years now. But at the time, it costed me a penny to get, right? But this is my bed. I let her sleep in. She was supposed to sleep in this bed. Okay, V was supposed to sleep in that bed instead of going to a hotel, whatever the case may be, and was going to reimburse me. So what she did was, instead of reimbursing me, she kept leading me on. And then she would go to the hallway when you have a 2-family house, which is an enclosed hallway, and then you have the front door that you go out. Hold on. Okay, so she had came from actually Massachusetts, right? So she stayed in my bed and was supposed to pay me and kept lingering and paying me and everything. So I asked her, I said, I did have some things that I did make plans since you said that you would pay me that I wanted to do with the money. Can I get that payment? So she kept, kept lingering and paying me, which, long story short, she never paid me, but she always wanted to go to the hallway and smoke a cigarette. So she would go to the building, which was a 2-family building that I lived in, and she would smoke cigarettes. So my then boyfriend, which is Shalu, now he out going, every time she go in the hallway, he would go in the hallway with her, and now he's smoking cigarettes. So I told him, I didn't know you smoked cigarettes. So he tried to say, I try to hide it from you all that time, but yeah, I smoke cigarettes and all that. He always smoking cigarettes and everything else. And then while I'm in here on the couch, her friend that she brung from New Jersey sit here and put his hand on my leg, and I took his hand and brushed it right off. And then as soon as they came in from smoking the cigarettes, I said, your friend tried to put his hand on my leg, not trying to start. Now, I don't know if I was wrong for doing that. Maybe I talked too much or whatever the case may be, but I was just keeping it real because I'm not with that drama. I don't mess with nobody's man. I'm not a cheater, and I'm not a liar, and I'm not going to sit here and snake you and then walk around in your face and then making you think everything is peachy cream between us and all that stuff like that. So I'd say right then and there, and then she ain't say nothing to him, and he ain't say nothing. He moved over and all that crap like that. But then next thing you know, it's time for bed. So while we in bed, her and the dude go sleep in my bed, whatever the case may be. And then I'm sleeping on the couch with my then boyfriend, Shalu, and we on the couch, and she comes and gets my keys off of the coffee table, and then she leaves my house in the middle of the night. So I'm like, where the fuck she going with my car? And she took my Porsche keys. And at the time when I had took my wallet out of my Speedy Louis Vuitton bag at the time, that was my favorite bag out of all my Louis Vuitton bags. It's my Speedy. I had the biggest Speedy bag. So I took my wallet out and I put my wallet into my crossbody Louis Vuitton bag, because my Range Rover at the time, when she wanted to use the car, I tried to let her use the Range Rover while I was driving my Porsche, and I was trying to jump start the car and I couldn't get it jump start. For one, I didn't know what I was doing at the time, so I failed. It was a fail. And when you got men around you that don't have no men skills, whatever the case may be, that's another dud. So we just said, forget it. I took her to the store in my Porsche. So we did everything. So it was no reason for her to take my car. So while I was asleep, she took the keys to my Porsche, and next thing you know, I'm asleep, she driving around, whatever, and act like she was taking the boy to New Jersey. So I guess she got lost on the highway and then comes back when daylight hits. And then when I seen her coming, I even called like, where you at with my car? Where you at with my car? La la la. And I'm on my way back, I'm coming. And then she don't pick up the phone no more. And then I finally see her come looking out the window. So I run downstairs and I was like, where you was at with my car? And then she throws me off and said, oh, I had put some some oil in your car. And at that time, it's only one spot that was on Atlantic Ave in Brooklyn that I go to get oil in my car. And it was $34 or $32 a quart. So when I get all the quarts that's needed, I needed to at least have between $250 to $300 for them quarts to go in my car for oil for the Porsche, right? So when I'm sitting here saying, where you put oil in my car at? And then we open the hood, she gonna show me that the motor, she put antifreeze. She said she put antifreeze in my car. And I said, antifreeze from where? She said she went to Walmart. And I said, where'd you put antifreeze at? And then she gonna act like she put it in the motor. I said, why would you put antifreeze in my motor? So now I'm bugging out, oh my God, my doggone Porsche, you gonna mess up my Porsche. Oh my God, girl, my Porsche, I only take it to one spot, da-da-da-da, my car didn't need that, da-da-da, you couldn't, why you take my car, boom, boom, boom. So I had to calm down, whatever. So now she says she have to get ready to go catch her bus. So now she goes and asks me for a bag because she said her bag had a hole in it. So I give her a plastic garbage bag that I had, and then a brand new one, not knowing the girl is robbing me. Do you understand? Robbing me. So I'm holding the door downstairs, and she sitting here had this bag, this plastic bag, halfway full of stuff, and then I take her in my car. She's in the back seat. I take her to the junction in Broadway in Brooklyn, and she goes on the train so she get ready to catch a bus. Next thing you know, she get out of the car. My heart started hurting. As you see, I got a heart monitor on. Well, this is a new one. My heart was hurting. All of a sudden, I'm getting these heart pains like, why is my heart hurting like this? And then I feel like I got to lay down really, really bad. So I'm rushing home, driving my car, because I always say, God, don't let me be out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rushing home. So as I'm rushing home, I go in my bed, which the bed I showed y'all, and I go lay down. And as I lay down, I look up. I see all my whole Louis set and all my pocketbooks going across the shelf over my bed. So when you look at it, you see I have all your pocketbooks lined up like a border of, you see on the ceiling up here, the border, I had a shelf, and all my pocketbooks was lined up. You know what I'm saying? Shorty Doo-Wop got me for my Speedy. I see my Speedy going. You know the detective now have to come out, right? Yeah. She got me for my Speedy. You know how much my Speedy costs at that Louis store? She got me for my Speedy. And I want my Speedy back. So my heart stopped hurting instantly. So I was like, oh, maybe this guy trying to tell me this chick came in with a negative spirit, and I was feeling it, but I was ignoring it because her actions and the things she was doing was not adding up as being a friend to me. Like I was a friend to you for all these years. Matter of fact, it was 17 years we haven't seen each other. So that's when I started realizing 17 years, people change. People ain't friends like they say they are, right? So boom, check this out. So as I call this chick, I was like, yo, you know, this chick said to me as she gets on the train and she's supposed to be my friend, I say, yo, why you got my stuff? She took my Speedy Louis Vuitton bag with all my information, all my whole life. Only thing I took out of there was my wallet and put it in my crossbody Louis Vuitton bag. I took the Louis wallet out, put in the crossbody Louis bag. So everything that I walked around and took care of my important life and everything else, she had everything else in my pocketbook, my credit cards, everything. The loose ones that I had, like little, you know, little cards that I had in there with deposits on there. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, she gonna sit here and tell me, because her and her friend, I thought she was in love with the dude she brought to my house. And it was my then boyfriend, Shalou. We was going to plan on going to the beach, maybe go to Florida or something, and go on the beach or whatever. So I was like, yo, I thought we supposed to go to the beach and everything. How you do me like that? You didn't pay me. You took my car. You sit here and just violate me. I thought we was friends. You know what I'm saying? I've been by your side for a long time. She going to say, I don't want to go to the beach with you. I want to go to the beach with Shalou. I say, what? You sure shocked me on that one. Why did she want to go to the beach with you all of a sudden? So next thing you know, she hangs up on me, and then she blocks me on Facebook. I haven't talked to her since. So I get on the phone. I call 911. I sit here and show 911 everything that she did. Come to find out, she took my Speedy, Louis Vuitton bag. She took my pink laptop. She took my Rockstar jeans, which is $34 a piece. She took 4 pair of those. This pink shirt that I got from Manhattan, and it had no sleeves, like, but it got these little diamonds all across it, and the fabric was so amazing. If you was thick, it would made you look thin and like a shape. This was a beautiful shirt that was very expensive. I bought this shirt out of Manhattan. When I seen it, I had to get it. I didn't care how much the price was. I had to get it. And that's not normally me. I have to get something if I can't get it again, or if it just be calling my name and you just have to sacrifice the price. That was one of them calls. She got me for my shirt. She got me for some DVDs when DVDs was in style. She got me for that. She had basically really got me. And you walked out on our friendship when I always been a friend to you. But then you leave and say that you will go to the beach with Shalu and you didn't want to go to the beach with me. And then I sit here and said to him, why would she want to go to the beach with you? Da, da, da. He like, I don't want to go to the beach with her. She smell like fish. She stank. That B-I-T-C-H, she ugly with that big old forehead. And only thing she got is a little piece of ass. And she keep wearing them strange pants. She smell like fish. She smell like fish. That's one thing she always wore for years is stretch pants. And next thing you know, I believe that she was mixed because when she had that African-American husband, her kids came out the same color as she. So that's why I said, okay, maybe she one of those mixed girls that come out on a lighter tone. You know what I'm saying? But she really did snake me as a friend. And I did a police report. The police came out and they took a report. So she will be apprehended. You ever come to New York or whatever case may be, or whatever case, you know, because I never did nothing to her. I was nothing but a friend to you, always, forever. I was there for when you had your kids. Our kids used to play. I used to hug them, pick them up, give them a little squeeze. We used to cook and everything. We was friends. We were supposed to be friends. But friends don't do that to friends. And I would never, ever, 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 ever be with one of my friends' men. You understand what I'm saying? If I know y'all together, I couldn't do that to you. So that's why I said women should be more loyal to women. Tell your friend when somebody is stepping up, trying to get you. Ain't no sense for licking and lapping and spreading it wide and low because it's not worth it. Friends got to be more loyal and got to be more womanly to each other, not more doggish to each other, because a man is going to be a man. A man going to try to see can he get that weakest vessel. So you have to show him, honey, do you know my bloodline? My mama ain't raised no hoe, but you know what? Some people just loose and don't even care. And I should have took heed and red flags when she said, Mo, come down to Massachusetts. All the African guys like us girls out here. And you have to think about it. Not no calling no shade, but where I live at now, most of the African men and more of the African men going for those white girls and they be getting the hookers on the street. So they just gonna take anything because they want to just bust it off. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that they like you. They just want to bust it off, you know? And I don't understand on another topic how they keep taking other people over us, African Americans, when it's a whole nother topic. Well, I was going to say, y'all would pick the other ones over the African Americans when we are all the same shade. We are all the same shade. We just can't help where we were born. You understand? And that makes me only wonder, if y'all don't really like us, do y'all really like y'all kids that was born here in the States? Because now the kids that's from the Africans that have children, when you get with those type of women and you have families with them, do you like your children? I'm going to leave that for another one. Because your children now is just as equal to me. We in the States now. So are they real African? Do you love them? Because you don't love us. Y'all won't even hardly marry us. And if you marry us, y'all play us, but you'll marry them and be loyal and have 4, 5 kids, retire with them and give them all the money and the bills paid. But that's on you. That's your preference. If that's for you, that works for you. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But women should be more together than against each other when it comes to a man, because it's not worth licking and lapping, spreading it wide and low, because you just become another one. It's a difference in becoming another one and becoming the one. So when we gonna stick together? or you gonna still be crossing us? And I just want to know, do y'all think that my homeboy hit that? My ex, which I call my homeboy now, hit that because he said she smelled like fish. How you know she smelled like fish? He said, smell it, babe. You can smell it, babe. You can smell it. And I could smell it in the atmosphere. I'm like, I don't smell nothing. Then I go smell my bed. I don't smell nothing. Before I change my sheets, now I ain't smell nothing. So that means you hit that. So that means that time when we was in the living room, when you left out of the house to go smoke a cigarette with, and when she went out there to go smoke a cigarette, you end up coming in the house about 5 minutes before her. She came in here flying in the house like a little flying chicken tosser. Where you was at? I walked all the way to the store. I thought you was at the store. And I'm like, why would she ask my thin man where he was at? I thought you was at the store, and you walked over to the store to see him when you got this strange dude from New Jersey sitting in my house on my couch waiting for your presence. So did he hit that? And women, you need to stop that. And you wonder why you be treated like how you be treated. We was always told at a young age, people treat you according to how you treat yourself and how you act and how you talk. So, tell me, and V, won't you step up to the plate? You should pay me for my bag. You should pay me for my stuff. Cash at me. $ MOEFIRE 75. Cash at me back because you did me wrong when I had your back. And right now, her baby daddy or ex-husband looking mighty, mighty good. But you know what? He looked better than what he did before as an older man. And I still don't even mess with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just grimy. When you gonna ungrind me and compensate me for my bag and my merchandise you took for me? I just always wonder what God did for you for doing that to me. So, everybody, don't be a thief and stay for another woman. Be one of those women that look out for the next woman. That's all it takes. It don't take to be a dog, because that's how people come up with STDs, babies coming from, they're not playing pregnancies. These are coming off a good grind, a good sneak and a good grind. Not necessarily saying the man won't be with you, a good grind.